Hi, my name is Yang Peijing, and this is my presentation for the individual assignment for ACC 3218 Management Accounting. So let me begin by introducing the background company, Tulip Berhad. So this is a company specialized in producing and trading of component key. So I was assigned to prepare the 5 yearly income and expenditure forecast based on the existing operation condition. So as you can see, the forecasted net profit shows a downward trend from 2020 to 2023. However, in 2024, the net profit has increased a little from approximately 1.8 million to 2.2 million. Next up is the 5 yearly income and expenditure forecast based on the chief uh, chief operation officer proposal to invest in the new advanced equipment. So as shown in the chart, the new equipment aims to expand the business by providing a strong and firm trend in the net profit growth. So after calculating the net cash flow from 2020 to 2024, I calculated two net present value using discount rate of 15% to get NPV1 and 16% to get NPV2. So with the net present value, I can finally compute the yearly effective yield rate. So it is expected that this investment will achieve an internal rate of return of 15.47%. So before we consider the new investment, these are these are the 10 methods to be considered in order to evaluate the proposal to invest in the new advanced equipment. So first is to understand the usefulness of the new equipment. So Tulip needs to determine which business shortcomings this new equipment can solve. Next, we will need to justify whether this investment meets the business needs. It is important to evaluate the equipment to see if it meets the expected profit or productivity level we have planned to achieve. Besides, company need to consider if the new equipment allows the company to offer other new product. For example, this equipment may manufacture a new component, allowing Tulip to produce new product for their customer. Next, company need to consider the consequences after buying the equipment and also the time, resources, and money they need to spend um, required to spend to train their employee on the new equipment. So employee need to spend time training employee while ensuring that the operation runs at full capacity. Continue. Company need to evaluate the lifetime cost of ownership. So after paying for the equipment, there's other expenses such as the installation costs, the taxes, the training costs, and possible repair costs, which might become a heavy burden for the company. Therefore, company can consider looking for second-hand equipment, which the price is like much more cheaper than the new equipment. So in addition, truly perhaps should also focus on the safety of the employee, while the suppliers are responsible in um, for providing equipment that can be used safely. Employer need to ensure that the employees comply with the safety rules. Lastly, before purchasing equipment, it is necessary to study the environmental impact of the new equipment. Companies should support going green because it can not only improve the overall efficiency of the enterprise but also contribute to the health of the planet. So budget is an important financial aspect of the business. Therefore, the first factor to be considered in developing and managing budget, including to prepare a strategic plan for the company. Secondly, all department, all members of the department should involve in the process by providing feedbacks, insight, and expectation for the next fiscal year. After that, don't forget the projection for the revenue and expenses. So, for example, Tulip expect an immediate sales increase of 20%. So this is also part of the revenue projection. Moreover, the budget for target profit margin and cash flow. A healthy profit rate is an indicator of the organizational strength, while the cash flow allows the company to plan their monthly expenditure. Finally, after launching the budget plan, employers need to constantly review and monitor the budget performance to avoid any misuse of funds or employee fraud. So next, other than buying the equipment, there are other alternative methods that can be used by Tulipart. Firstly would be leasing. So leasing is like renting an asset. So by leasing, it costs less than buying. Although leases to have additional interest to pay, they are not necessarily like expensive than but paying a large amount upfront. Furthermore, it's easier to upgrade to a better model, especially when you list the equipment, especially for like company who handle a large workload. However, the disadvantage is that you don't own the equipment and you will need to pay high interest payments. The second method will be debt financing. So the advantage of debt financing is that you, you can have the full ownership of the new equipment, and the debt expenses and interest are tax deductible. So therefore, this is why most company or business choose debt financing over equity financing. On the other hand, the disadvantage is that the company must strictly repay the money from debt financing even if the company fails or faces bankruptcy. Next, debt financing requires a structural payment, which is likely to reduce the company available cash liquidity. So in conclusion, I would suggest that Tulip perhaps should invest in the new equipment because it makes the production more efficient, it reduces costs, and also increase the profit of the business. And lastly, I would say that debt financing is the best model to finance new equipment because the owner can have the full ownership of the equipment after paying off all the debt. Thank you for listening.